tell myself that I should paint my nails earlier, like over the weekend instead of on Monday when I'm supposed to be filming. But then I realized that there's something way more important to me on the weekend than painting my nails, which is sitting on my couch. Every time I move, I'm worried that I'm going to ruin my nail polish. So I do things and then I immediately look at my nails just to make sure that the polish is fine. I think I should turn on the other lamp. Let me turn the lamp on. I'm gonna go make the tea first. Hold on. What's up? Hi guys. Did you do anything fun over the last 2 weeks? I bet you did. You better be doing that good self-care. I'm telling you right now that you better be doing fun things and taking good care of yourself, okay? Okay. Let me know in the comments if you did anything fun and exciting. Let me live vicariously through you because I have done nothing but play Planet Crafter in my free time for the last 2 weeks. So did I do anything exciting while we were gone? No. Yeah, I am full-on addicted to this game. I tried a couple of things on my Steam Deck and I was like, I don't know. And then I opened this game and I was like, ugh, I'm sucked in. Took a couple of tries to like get started and now I'm like, I can't stop. I don't want to play anything else. Yeah, so that's been my hyper fixation these last 2 weeks. Am I still hyper fixated on K-pop Demon Hunters? You bet your butt I am, but I can't watch the movie all the time, so I'm playing the game. Welcome back. It is the 10th video. We are here for video number 10, and I am very excited and feeling a little bit existential because if this is the 10th video, then that means that I've been doing this for 5 months, which means it's almost been half a year, which is just a lot of time spent editing. I don't know, it's just been so fun. I've had so much fun the last like 5 months, and I also cannot believe that it has been 5 months, five whole months. That's like about like 150 days of me doing this every other week. So it's sort of hard to believe that it's already been 5 months because it feels like I just started. It's all worth it. I'm so excited to have you here with me celebrating this like 10th video, which isn't gonna be a ton different from the rest of the videos because we just keep trucking along, okay? We are gonna be consistent because what does the YouTube algorithm like? Consistency. So we are gonna be consistent. Well, we're being consistent, but also it's different because we're going back to what I was doing before. You know what I mean? I have been preparing for this week. I've been resting, I've been taking care of my gut, we're doing good. I bought stuff to be ergonomic. We're gonna be more ergonomic on this channel. Yes. Because it's the 10th video, so we gotta get back to business. Do the stuff, make the art, all that jazz. I am feeling much better. Am I 100%? No. But am I like 90% of the way there? Yes. I'm feeling like I could make some art this week. Before we start, I figured that I would start with a little bit of a reintroduction because it is the 10th video. If you've been here for all 10 videos, oh my gosh, what are you doing here? Thank you for being here and for watching. If you're new here, welcome, hello. I'm gonna give you the spiel, so just bear with me because you're gonna get the shtick, okay? My name is Autumn. I am a 28-year-old digital artist and illustrator, currently based in the DMV area. If you don't know what that means DC, Maryland, Virginia. Basically, it's the Washington, DC metro area, so wherever the metro goes, that's the DMV. It's almost like LA sprawl, but without the sprawl. It's considered all the same area, but without the city bits. So like people live in little pockets. So I live in the DMV area, formerly from LA. We've been living here for about a year. And then before LA, I lived in like a whole bunch of different places. So I've been all over, mostly Hawaii. I basically grew up in Hawaii, but other than that, been a little all over the place. I went to art school, I went to VCU. VCU, anybody? When I finished art school, I didn't do art jobs for a long time. Basically, I had a lot of student loans and I had a lot of other life goals that I wanted to achieve that weren't super compatible with me trying to find a job in the arts. So I just focused on making money and moving, and that was my priority until this past year. Didn't end up doing like an art job when I was on the West Coast living in LA, but now we're here back on the East Coast and I'm trying to focus on art and make art my thing. That is the journey that we are on here on this YouTube, and also on my Blue Sky, Autumn-Jacqueline. If you're not following, you can follow me there too. So if you're into that, feel free to stick around. Honestly, I spend most of my time in this room. Occasionally we will go on field trips, but I haven't taken a field trip with you guys in a little while. And that's just because I don't feel the most comfortable filming in public. I did go once to the art supply store, but did I film in the art supply store? No, I did not. Eventually, maybe I'll feel more comfortable and we'll do more. Most of what I end up doing is just working on art in here. So we're often in here. I basically talk at the camera about what I'm doing or ideas that I have or things that I'm working on. I'll film my process while I'm working on art, and then sometimes I'll do like, I don't know, miscellaneous other things. It's a vlog. You know how studio vlogs go. That's just what they are. They're just sort of a bit of everything. I feel like we say studio vlog and it's like some art things and some life stuff, and that is the vlog. But that's what's so great about it, isn't it? So that's me. I feel like it's fun to just sort of sprinkle in little fun facts here and there. For now, I have to keep the mystique. The mystique. Oh, it's hot. It's hot tea. It's like in the afternoon on Monday, because listen, I don't plan ahead, okay? I was painting my nails, I took a shower, I did some chores, I went to the grocery store, so there's just like a bunch of things that I was doing earlier in the day. Part of what I was doing was planning for this, so that's why we start in the afternoons on Monday, often. Very often, almost all the time. This is what my work in general has sort of been looking like over the past 5 months, a year-ish. Before I started doing this YouTube, I had to like get back into drawing, and so I spent a couple of months when we first moved here just working on art. So I'm sort of going through like lots of transitions with things. So I have some art with like people and fan art things, and then a lot of my original work tends to look very different, and that goes into our goal for this week. One of the goals for this week is that I'm trying to figure out an art style that looks more cohesive with this stuff, these things. This is great, but these look like two different artists. I'm sorry. Like, I like these, but I'm like, they're not with the picture, okay? Like, they're too disjointed. So I've been working on trying to figure that out. I did a little bit because I bought something to be more ergonomic. If you're coming in here totally blind and you haven't watched any of the videos, I had some like acid reflux stuff happening that I'm still taking medication for. And then I realized at some point, especially in the last video, that a lot of my like chest discomfortness was sitting at the desk and like hunching over like a shrimp. So I've been working on not doing that of like in any way in my daily life, and also making the desk more ergonomic. So last video I actually didn't draw, and I haven't really been drawing for the last like 3 weeks or so. This week is the first week that I'm like trying to fully get back to it because I bought something that should make it that I can lean back in my chair and not hunch over my desk. So just like having better posture in general. That's just to like catch everyone up. I can eat most things now and I feel fine, but just every once in a while I'll have like little flare-ups here and there, but that's normal. I feel like on the medication. The medication has side effects anyway, so I'm just like, I'm just not gonna sweat it. Basically with the art style, like what I wanna do is I wanna make like, I have a style that's like very stick arms, stick legs, and basically I want to apply that style to people, but I'm having a hard time figuring out what that should look like. So I've been sort of working on, I think it's gonna be somewhere in between like my style with people and like the fan art that I've drawn before, and then my style with the party peas and the fish. On my promise of making us more ergonomic, let me show you the things that I bought. I'm gonna like move the tripod, but I don't know how successful this is gonna be. I bought this laptop stand, which has been so nice. It's sort of like an off-brand, like I got it on Amazon. I haven't been buying a lot from Amazon actually recently, just because I feel icky about buying things on Amazon. For this one, I was just like, okay, listen, I need a very specific thing, and I found it very quickly on Amazon, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy this. The thing that I really cared about was having something like compact. Like I didn't want something that was gonna take up a ton of space on the desk because I wanna be able to like move the laptop around. I didn't want it to bend easily, so if it's hard to extend it, I'm totally fine with that. As long as it can like support the weight of the laptop well, and then it's like not taking up tons of room. My partner has one of those IKEA ones that on his desk that's like, it's like the big wooden block thing. It takes up a lot of space. Granted, there's a giant screen on top of it for his work setup, but it's too big for me. Like I need a lot of desk room to do art things. So I bought this one because like with this one, I can move it into like corners of the desk if I need to make space, and I can still like, the laptop will still be at an appropriate height to be ergonomic. It won't feel like it needs to be that static. Whereas I feel like the IKEA, the like wooden one, it's like meant to be in the middle of the desk. And then for the iPad, I took the plunge. I was doing the research and okay, listen. I figured I would invest in the iPad stand because I really wanted one that was designed for artists, and also I wanted one that if I have a feeling I'm gonna have to replace my iPad soon because it dies so quickly and Procreate is freezing all the time, and it's just like, I feel like I'm often fighting with my iPad. So I wanted, in case I decide, I have an 11-inch now, and if I decide to get a 13-inch, I wanted to be able to just upgrade the iPad stand and make changes so that I could continue to use the same iPad stand. So I bought a Sketchboard Pro. Here is my Sketchboard Pro. I'm gonna decorate it with stickers eventually, but I'm slowly acquiring stickers. It's really nice. What I was talking about is like this silicone base here can be changed. So if I buy a bigger iPad, or even if like, I might still, even if I buy the newer gen, I might need to change it anyway because the camera setup is different. Basically, if I change models and it doesn't fit in here, then I can buy a mold, like a silicone mold, to replace this and just pull this part out and replace it, and then I can put the new iPad in. So that was like really clutch for me. I have an easel over there with my painting stuff, but it has a lip and it doesn't hold the iPad elevated, so the lip just gets in the way. Whereas this one, it's all flat space. So I can rest my wrist on this and move around, and I can use my arm in the way that you are meant to use your arm, which is don't use your wrist too much. And then the other thing is that it has these holes in the back where these magnetic legs go. Are they the most sticky magnetic legs? No, but that's not the point. For me, like the best angle is like this middle angle. And they kind of stick in there pretty well, right? And then I can put it down and then see, look how nice that is. So it's like sitting up like that, and then it's elevated here. So I have all this space now where like my wrist can rest on like wherever on the board it is. And then it has a space where I can plug in my iPad to my lamp over there. Also space for the Apple Pencil to still be magnetic on there, which is nice. So all in all, great. And I've tried it out a little bit and it's been really nice. I did try to look around and see like what people liked in terms of iPad stands. I had a folding case before that, you know, I still have it, right? But it only has two angles, this angle and then slightly less. But the problem is because there's no room down here for like my arm or anything, it's awkward to draw like this unless you're like kind of hunched over. Most people who had this version, which is the Sketchboard Pro 2, said they really like it. And I was like, well, I can invest in this thing, so I'm just going to, because in terms of like taking care of my health and making it the most ergonomic, like this seems like it will do the best job. And also I like the fact that you can buy an attachment so that if I buy like an arm where I can like freely move around and mount the iPad, then I can just buy that upgrade and then attach, and then I can still use the Sketchboard Pro with the arm. They're just like, it's just the most versatile and it just makes the most sense for what I need. So I just decided like, okay, I'm gonna take the plunge and we're just gonna buy it. We're trying, we're really trying. I have been feeling a lot better. Like most of this last week, I felt amazing. Monday is always sort of my day to like plan some of the video and then film the intro. Like the intro is the most important thing for me to film on Monday. To be honest, a lot of what we're gonna be doing this week, or what I'm gonna be doing this week, is figuring out my little stick arms and stick leg characters. I started working on it a little bit, and I actually was drawing like the K-pop Demon Hunter girls. I'll put it over here for you to look at. Here's my thing. Okay, I know this style is very different compared to how I've been drawing people over the last couple of videos, but just hear me out, okay? This and this, I'm gonna put some stuff over here. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna decide to post how it's all gonna fit, okay? But if you compare, maybe it'll be side by side. So if you compare this, right, which is my K-pop Demon Hunter girls, with this, right, my fishies, those look like they could be drawn by the same artist. Maybe there'll be a couple of things. Who knows? We're gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. But if we compare the K-pop Demon Hunter girls with the other stuff, like they look like they're drawn by the same artist. Whereas if you take the fan art that I've been drawing and compare them to the same ones, they don't look like they're drawn by the same person, do they? They don't, take it down. Yeah, so basically like that's what I want to work on this week, and I figured like that's a nice exercise where there's like no pressure to complete a piece or anything. It's just me sort of experimenting. And then another thing I also decided I was going to do this week is we are going to finally build those Lego flowers. I'm looking at the box, it is right down there, so we're going to build those this week. That's the 10th video. This is what we're doing. I think it'll be more exciting. I don't have any footage. There's no footage, okay? Monday is sort of my kind of chill day, so we're just like, it's already kind of late. So I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do today, and then, like, I don't know, am I gonna draw today? Maybe I'm not gonna draw today. Maybe I'm just gonna build Lego. Who knows? I almost forgot to put on earrings, so I grabbed my tired earrings, and I'm like, yeah, that's the vibe for today. That's the vibe. Why is it stuck in my head? Isn't that Big Time Rush? I think that's Big Time Rush. If this footage looks funny, it's because I'm mirroring it, because I'm gonna show you some stickers that I bought. I always held back on buying like lots of things from artists that I liked, basically up until now, because I had to like build up savings and pay my loans and pay for life stuff. And also just like, there was a point in my life where it was really hard for me to buy myself things, and I'm trying to not be like that anymore. So I do it in very small ways, like buying myself stickers when they're on sale. So there's an Instagram store that I follow called Wicked Clothes. I'll put the link in the description. I really like them. I've said it before, but basically my two aesthetics are like very colorful, bright, often like nostalgia. Like I have like a Rugrats t-shirt and like a Clifford t-shirt, bright, colorful, fun, childhood nostalgia, those things. Like I love that kind of stuff. Hence my gigantic earring collection, which I will eventually show you, but it just continues to grow. Every month I acquire new earrings. And then my other aesthetic is like black and purple, pop punk, emo core, just like listening to Paramore all the time, and like you'll see when I show you the stickers. But I've been really liking this store a lot, and they were having a sale where it was buy 3 get 3 free, and they were doing it also for the stickers. I'm really excited about them because they're really great. So the first one is, yes, I'm creative. I create all of my own problems, which I just think is so funny. I love possums so much. They're so dopey looking. If you've been on Instagram and you are also kind of into alt things, you probably have seen this design before. Like it's like sort of like cute alt. Maybe that's what it is. It's like I like cute alt things, and that's why I paint my nails black and I wear paint like purple and bright colors. Sad but rad. This one I feel like I would get on a shirt, and I would wear this shirt all the time. I love the little heart sunglasses. That's so fun. Be kind of annoying. I just, you know, if you put an animal with like a funny slogan, I will buy the sticker. I will probably buy the sticker. Okay, and then the next one is a little frog with a cowboy hat, and it says full of microplastics and existential dread, which is just, come on, it's so good. Never stop rootin' and tootin'. I just love designs like this. They're just the best. The last one I bought, because this is a joke that my partner makes all the time, a silly goose. In this economy, he makes that joke all the time. I feel like another one of the jokes he really likes is, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna say it the way that he says it, but whenever I'm talking about like, oh, if I say like shrimp fried rice, and he'll be like, are you telling me that a shrimp fried this rice? It's like one of those things where you're like mad and exasperated, but also it's very endearing, so I just let it go. That's like one of his favorite jokes. This joke reminded me of him and is something that he says. Oh, and then the free sticker they sent me, they have this series where they do like cats, like cat versions of famous artists, like in the artist style. So the one they gave me was Pablo Picasso, which is really great. I am admittedly not a cat person. First of all, I'm allergic. They're very nice, and in general, cats tend to like me, but I also feel like that's mostly because I know to just leave them alone and let them do their own thing and just not get super in their space. Not my thing. They're cute, and I watch lots of cat videos, but I'm just like, I'm not a cat person. I'm definitely a dog girl. But this is fun. This is a fun one. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I think I'm just gonna hold on to it because that's what people do, right? They just like hoard stickers. But basically what we're doing, since I've got my face on, I got ready for the day, I've had lunch, all I'm planning to do is just work on my iPad on like figuring out my stick arm, stick leg thing, and just sort of having a more solid idea of like, okay, what do I want to do with this? I think I'm gonna pull characters that I really like and maybe even like screenshots of characters that I enjoy and just draw them and sort of figure out like, okay, what is the style within which that I would like to draw these characters. That's what I'm gonna do, and that also gives me an opportunity to sort of figure out what angles are gonna be good for filming on this, because I don't actually know that yet. So I'm gonna drink my barley tea, and I'm gonna work on this, and I'm gonna watch TV, and I'm gonna film, and we're gonna figure out, I don't know, this is like new territory, because I haven't filmed anything where it was me trying to figure out like art style things. So yeah, it'll be an adventure. So let me walk you through the process. So my initial thought was that maybe we could do something that was like a very literal application of the stick arms and stick legs to people. And so this is what I came up with. I was drawing myself because I didn't want to have to think about a character. This looks good only if the characters are extra chibi. That's why it looks good with Animal Crossing characters, because they are already extra chibi. And that's why these also look good. I think if I wanted to do this kind of thing, the characters would need to be very squished. Like they would need to be tiny. And so then my thought was, okay, well, this application doesn't really apply if I want the characters to be sort of proportional. So what if I went for, it's like pipe cleaner, like the old cartoons where they have sort of like rubbery looking arms and then gloves for hands, right? And so this was my initial thought, and I actually like this. It's just hard when you get to the legs, and especially like when you make more detailed poses with legs and arms, or like if they're wearing an outfit where they probably like where the contour of like hips are really important. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So you'll see what I mean in the next one. So this was something I drew last week, and then I was studying it a lot, trying to figure out like what I wanted to do. So then I went with more K-pop Demon Hunter screenshots because that's easy right now. And then so I came up with this, which is sort of somewhere in between, right? So we have like pipe cleaner arms and bigger hands, and then the thighs are more proportional and then go into like a pipe cleaner leg, which I think is like, could still be fun, and it still gives that feeling. It's a little less like this, but I also feel like maybe this is the chibi style, right? Or maybe I could use both, but this seems to work pretty well. I just can't decide. Like, and it also lets me create variation in body shapes and figure out body curves and where things are supposed to exist, right? So I think that could work. And then I was playing around with the faces. I feel like these faces are fun, and I kind of want to stylize faces a little bit more. I really like playing with like basic shapes for noses, almost like Animal Crossing characters. I drew the bodies more quickly than I drew the faces, but I kind of like how different the faces look, and like being able to play with face shapes and stuff. And I'm sure I could exaggerate it more, but I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. I think I'm gonna work on it some more. Am I gonna work on it some more? I guess I could. I don't know if I want to film more or if I want to just film something later. Hold on. All right. Okay. Well, now what? I feel like this is like one of the biggest art challenges that I've taken on this year, is trying to figure out this problem of making it all look the same. The thing is too, is like I can tell that when I draw the characters, like when I draw characters in these different ways where I'm like not trying to be as exact with like proportions and stuff, that the characters are just like way more expressive. The expressions are just better, and I think also some of the ways that I'm laying out the faces, it just works better too. So I'm sort of thinking like, okay, yeah, I think this could work. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there at some point. You're gonna figure it out. Yeah, this is a tough one for the 10th video. I think I'm gonna edit the footage that I have now tomorrow, and then I'm probably gonna go back to working on this. I'm gonna work, and I'm gonna try some more things, and then, or like I'm gonna try with some different screenshots and maybe like other characters or something, and then I will come back and we will talk about what else I did. I will talk to you in just a little bit, okay? So I definitely think drawing characters this way definitely makes them more expressive. So that's a win, but I'm not 100% on the body proportions yet. I think that is the thing that I really need to work on either tomorrow or on Thursday. But like, how fun are these faces? These faces are great. I think I can't decide if I want to just have like a round, like a generalized rounded face shape that just varies in length and width, or if I want to do a little bit more definition with the cheeks. I think that's going to be something to figure out. Because like here, these faces are very successful. And it's also because I think I got the angles really right. Yeah, it just looks good. But you see here how like it's just a rounded shape. But you know, actually I'm noticing it now, and a lot of the curves start actually right below the eyes. So maybe I do need to work on defining from the cheeks. They just look so good. Okay, because then here too, here I went with more of just like front facing, like rounded shape, and I think that's not working as well. I think I need to maybe do, sorry, I keep turning it around, but I think I need to do this. It's a very like subtle difference, but there is a difference. So I think I need to play with that either later or tomorrow, but I need to charge my iPad now and definitely get up and take a break. So that's what I'm gonna do. Nothing is more humbling than working for like 4 hours straight and realizing that you've made 4 sketches in 4 hours. Figuring out style issues is so hard. It's always so difficult because you're making like fundamental changes to the way you think about drawing, and it's like, oh dude, We're gonna get this. We're gonna figure this out. Whether it's this week, whether it's next week, whether it's the week after that, we're going to figure it out because something's gotta change. Why is this so hard? Why is drawing people so difficult? Why? Why does it have to be that tough? I need to think about it. I need to think about what I want to do. I guess I'm gonna think about it and I'm gonna figure out what to do. This is like one of the art things that I hate the most, but it's like so essential. Like once you realize that you need to figure something out and make a change, then you have to do it. At least I get to draw K-pop Demon Hunter characters. That's nice. But I wish I could figure this out. It's gonna be really annoying until I get it. Normally, like sometimes I can finish a whole piece in one day, but when I only have sketches and it's been hours, what have I done? What have I started? Why did I start doing this? Today, all I really want to do is I just want to keep working on the style changes and just see what I can come up with today. Basically, I'm just going to be doing this until dinner time. Like that is my only plan for right now. It's just to do that. So I'm gonna get started on working on that. If my phone dies, then I'll have to take a break, and then so we might have some jumping back and forth as I do this. But I'm gonna kill this spider that's setting up house on my lamp and my tripod, and then I'm gonna get to work. So I think we're figuring it out. I think, of course I drew the Tokyo Mew characters because draw what you know. And I know the characters from Tokyo Mew really well, and I had a screenshot of their new poses and outfits from like the most recent series, so I was like, okay, we'll just go with that. But I think definitely what I was talking about before, where I like draw a little bit of a cheek from right below the eye, I think that just makes more sense. It just gives them like a more alive appearance, and I think like changing the eyes a lot, and I actually like don't normally draw these like little circles to place eyes, but it's kind of working. It's working, so I'm gonna keep going. I do need to figure out how I'm going to adjust the style to draw characters that are more variable in like body sizes and body shapes. But I think so far as like a base, this is working really well. Like I feel like my thought before was right of like we need to keep the thigh taper to the knee, but then once we get to the knee, like having them go into that like pipe cleaner to the foot works. And then being able to vary like the hand size and the foot size, like making them slightly bigger. It's just like a fun proportional thing to do. Yeah. But like this, like the poses are just like a lot more dynamic and more exciting. They look more alive, and the characters with the faces like this also just look more dynamic and interesting to look at and fun. And I kind of like playing with the little nose shapes and giving them all different little shapes for their noses. It's fun. I like it. So I think I'm gonna keep going with this and see where it goes. All right, so I was playing around with some different body shapes. I just wanted to make sure that like if I'm gonna change things that I can still make things inclusive and they will still look cohesive. I think going with just like the stick arms, like where they don't really have like a defined shape. And then I think with the legs, having the curve of the thighs, sometimes I did. Like here, the contour of the leg in the front makes sense. Here, like you don't really need it to be curved. And like here too, like there's a very slight curve, but not very much. And I think it'll still translate really well. Here, it's a lot of straight lines too. I drew these models, which it's crazy how much longer they take. Like they look like they don't take very long, but they actually took me a while because I was being really indecisive while my phone was charging. Even though I drew the curves here, I think I could still have them like go in a more straight line and that would still look pretty okay depending on like what the pose is gonna look like. But I kind of like the idea of like, and I drew some things like some shapes are a little more curvy and I think I could just make that work with like posing. But I think this will work a lot better than the style that I'm currently drawing, where it's like you're very focused on all the little details of like getting the shape of an elbow right. But like, so I was doodling a little bit here, and I think this just looks more exciting. Like these characters look fun, like the Tokyo Mew Mew ones, but this one just looks already more dynamic and fun. There's a big thing regarding this, but I'll tell it to you. Let me turn the camera around first. So the crazy thing is I haven't felt incentivized to draw my own human characters in like years. Fan art is one thing, but drawing characters that are uniquely something, like someone I just made up in my head, I haven't really felt the urge to do that in a long time. I literally just did it today and I haven't done it in so long. So I think this is a win. I'm sort of wiggling with the proportions now and everything, and I think that's just taking off a lot of the pressure of like, it has to be perfect, it has to be amazing, and like it has to be so clean. I think that's why like it always takes me so much longer to draw people. I mean, it's already taking me longer to draw people in general. I think that's just going to continue to be a thing, but it's a lot faster now with this style that I'm working in, and I think I'll be more excited to draw people with this change, which is great because I do want to draw more people along with like the stick figure things. Unfortunately, we didn't end up with like a finished piece this week. It's already about 5:30. I told myself I was going to stop at 6. I need to make dinner and I have some other stuff to do, and like tomorrow I am going to be working on editing this vlog, so I need to work on that tomorrow. But I think over the next week I'll be able to work on more drawings and draw more people, and I'll have a lot more to show you the next time we get together. And I was just honestly glad that I was able to draw this week at all because I was really worried about it. Like I was worried that I was going to be working and I was going to be in pain and I wasn't gonna be able to draw, but I'm feeling a lot better, which is good. My plan for over the week that we're gone is that I'm gonna work on more doodles. Also just like work back into drawing a lot more. I wanna keep progressing at a rate back to what I was doing that is reasonable, and I don't want to overdo it and then have to step back again because that would suck. I put in so much effort already to get here. I have to tie up the video now because we're at the end. I do want to let you know that in a couple weeks when we're back, I'm going to look different because I'm going to be getting a haircut next Tuesday, which I'm so excited about. I'm so tired of just pulling my hair back like this because my bangs are just all over the place. I keep remembering that that's happening next week and I'm like, yes, take it away. My hair is so heavy. So I'm ready for a lot of it to be gone. But yeah, I'm gonna tie up this video because I have a couple of things to do and then I need to start making dinner, and I'm gonna be editing all day tomorrow, so that hopefully I'm actually on time. I'm trying to be good. If you like this content and you would like to see more, make sure to hit that like button. Let me know that you like the video. Subscribe. I post new videos every 2 weeks on Wednesday at 12 o'clock Eastern. You can also follow me on Blue Sky at autumn-jacqueline. I'll put it right here for you. Usually, you will see art on Blue Sky faster than you will see art here. If you've been here for all 10 videos, thank you for hanging out with me. If you've joined since I started, or if this is your first time hanging out with me, hello, welcome. I hope you come back and stick around, and I'm gonna keep making videos, so I will be here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Oh, and do something fun. Do something fun while we're gone, okay? Make sure you do. Bye, guys.